Hey, my name is Sarah Nickerson. I'm a psychic medium intuitive. I am the host of NextGEN Medium, the podcast, and I have a website, nextgenmedium.com, where I like to tell people that they have soul abilities, psychic medium, intuitive, healing. This is a birthright for all of us, and I want to help get you to that point where you can see it for yourself. One of the things one of the things I like to do is I like to go on Reddit and see what questions are going on in these subreddits that are related to spirituality, psychics, mediums, all kinds of stuff like that. And so there was one question I came across that I wanted to talk about. It's from Manhattan Sweetheart. Ooh. And this is in the subreddit psychic. And here's her quick question here. Hello, for everyone who is psychic, have you ever been able to sense the person you're doing a reading on as psychic? If so, how do you know this? Just asking because it happened 3 of the 4 times in readings where the psychic tells me they sense my clairvoyance or psychic abilities. Thank you. Sending positive vibes. Um, so first and foremost, I am of the belief that everybody has psychic abilities, everybody has intuitive abilities, everybody has healing abilities, everybody has intuition. So you could really say this to anybody in a reading, but I would bring it up in a reading if I felt like the person that I wrote a few notes about this one. This is what I wrote down in my note. What is actually being sensed is the potential to reach higher consciousness and living in concert with high energy flow. So there are many people you come across who want a reading and you can feel a lot of the blockages or even visualize them when it comes to tuning in intuitively of how their energy is flowing. And if it's really disrupted um, currently, because you can kind of take a look at where the energy is disrupted, when in their life that happens, how it's flowing better now or not, or how it's gotten worse. Sometimes knowing how the energy is flowing through somebody can give me an idea of where they are in their journey and what needs to be worked on in order for the energy to flow right through somebody and be able to clear impedances in order to be one with your energy. This is really about truth. Who can handle truth? And if you've gone to 3 of the 4 psychics and they're saying you have psychic abilities, you have clairvoyance. First of all, everybody's psychic, so there's that. Clairvoyance is specific as to how you sense the soul world. So that could have something to it if they're saying specifically clairvoyance. Um, but I think for me, it comes to how does this person's energy feel? Do they feel like a secure person? Do they feel like they could be at that next step? They could easily take that next step to being able to go to a higher consciousness of living. Um, I would I would say everybody has that. I think if I'm feeling it to a magnitude that I feel like I gotta say something, I'll say it. And if I'm feeling it strongly, then I feel like that person is on the precipice of owning it and seeing it for themselves. I think a lot of people, they sense this about themselves. They have examples that happen throughout their lives that are they use as coincidence, or just write out flat examples that they don't connect with me being psychic or me being intuitive or me being a medium. And the fact is if you have examples that happen in your life and strike you as, wow, that was a really crazy experience. And every time I think about it, it kind of gives me chills. That is your ability showing through and not to be taken as a one off. That is a part of you, that is part of your skill sets. And you've been shown it at work, you know? And so, are you at a place in your life to take on the next steps of getting to know this intimate part of you where you are finding your own truth. And some of it takes you leading yourself in this journey. I think that's more of what would come in my readings is if somebody's energy is flowing so well that giving them this piece of information is bugging me to say it to them, like, I gotta say it to them, then, I would say that person is on the precipice or has gone past the threshold of reaching that higher consciousness of they've seen it, um, there's more there that needs to be tapped in, um, and that energy is flowing so well that it's like, "What are you doing here on the physical plane? You need to get going on that spiritual stuff, on that higher consciousness stuff." I don't like saying the word spiritual because I think there's a lot of stuff connected to it to someone who's brand new to it who doesn't get that stuff. So don't get caught up on words. And if you want to go in that direction and you're brand new at it, I can help you with that. NextGenMedium.com is my blog, and my podcast is specially set up for people who are getting to that point where they want to see it for themselves. Stuff has been tapping them on the shoulders for many years, and maybe it's time to take a leap and to try it out and just see what happens. What are you going to lose? What are you going to lose? And so my podcast is on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, all the big places, all the small places. Next Gen Medium podcast is what it's called. And I take you right through to getting to know the things, getting to know the terminology, even giving you uh, my own things about stuff that I get caught up on because this is a difficult world to transverse. Traverse. And I like to give my 2 cents about it, and I think people can identify with it. So check that out, nextgenmedium.com, and I hope that answers your question, Manhattan sweetheart. You are psychic, and maybe you're clairvoyant, and maybe it's time for you to check out more because your energy might be perfect to get started. So good luck to you. And if you have any questions, throw them in Reddit and I might be able to come across it. Or go to nextgenmedium.com and fill out the questionnaire. Or I don't have a questionnaire. I have a contact form. And just throw it in there and submit it. And I'd love to do a video about your question. That's it.